Bears. These impressive animals are some of the largest and most powerful predators in the animal kingdom, but they're much more than just big, furry giants with brute strength. Bears spark curiosity, fear, and even admiration. After all, how do they live, how do they survive, and what makes them so fascinating? Throughout this video, we'll dive into the world of bears and understand what makes them so incredible. First, let's think about the image many have of a bear, a large, heavy, furry animal that enjoys fishing for salmon in clear rivers and hibernates during winter. This stereotype has some basis in reality, but it barely scratches the surface of these creatures' complexity. Bears possess incredible skills and have an intelligence that is often underestimated. To begin with, they are mostly solitary animals, except in a few cases, like mothers with their cubs. These cubs, by the way, are incredibly fragile at birth. Bear cubs are tiny compared to the size they reach as adults. Imagine this, a newborn cub weighs just over a pound. Yet, these little ones are determined, and with their mother's protective care, they learn to hunt, climb, and survive. Speaking of skills, did you know that bears have an amazing spatial memory? They can remember where they found food in a specific location, even years later. This is especially useful for an animal that may travel long distances in search of food, showing that they're not only strong but also extremely clever. Another little-known fact is bears' ability to adapt to different environments. In dense forests, high mountains, frozen tundras, and even arid deserts, bears find ways to survive and thrive. This requires a combination of skills that we don't see in many other animals. They're agile, strong, and incredibly resilient. This adaptability is one reason why bears were revered by various cultures throughout history. Many ancient peoples saw the bear as a symbol of strength and wisdom, and it's easy to see why. Have you ever heard of bears' famous hibernation? To survive the harsh winter, when food is scarce, bears enter a deep sleep state and conserve energy as much as possible. But be aware, hibernation isn't just sleeping all winter. During this time, a bear's body undergoes extreme changes. Their metabolism drastically slows, they consume almost no energy, and they can survive months without eating. But here's a fun fact, females often give birth while hibernating. Imagine this. The mother wakes up with her cubs already by her side, ready to learn the secrets of bear life from her. Another interesting point is bear communication. Although they are solitary animals, they have subtle ways of communicating, whether through claw marks on trees, scat, or even specific sounds. These messages help mark territory and avoid unnecessary confrontations. Don't be mistaken, bears prefer to avoid conflict. Although they're big and strong, they know that fighting poses a risk, so they often try to avoid unwanted encounters. Moreover, bears are omnivores, meaning they eat almost anything. From fish and meat to roots, fruits, and even insects, this varied diet is further proof of their incredible adaptability. In times of scarcity, a bear can survive solely on what it finds around, showing an amazing flexibility. And speaking of food, you've probably seen images of bears fishing for salmon. This scene, which looks so natural, is a true spectacle of nature. Bears focus intensely, observing every movement of the fish, and when the right moment arrives, they use their claws to catch their meal. Bears also have an extraordinary sense of smell. They can sniff out food miles away, a major advantage in environments where food is scarce. For a bear, smell is essential to survival. Thanks to it, they can detect prey, locate carcasses left by other predators, and find ripe fruits. It's almost like they have a superpower to detect anything around them. Bear intelligence is also remarkable. Many wouldn't expect it, but bears are highly intelligent and have an impressive problem-solving ability. They can open containers, remember routes, learn new methods for capturing prey, and even understand human intentions. Speaking of humans, the relationship between us and bears has always been complex. In many regions, bears are seen as a symbol of wild nature, but also as a challenge for peaceful coexistence, especially where there's territorial conflict. In some cultures, the bear is seen as a spiritual guardian. For these people, the bear represents a protective force, a spirit that watches over nature's balance. This mystical view continues to this day, and many groups still advocate for these amazing animals' preservation. After all, bears are vital to the ecosystem. They help control certain species populations, spread seeds by eating fruits, and deeply impact the environment. Despite all this power and adaptability, bear life is far from easy. They face constant threats, mainly due to human action. Habitat destruction, illegal hunting, and reduced natural resources make life increasingly challenging for bears. They're among the planet's most emblematic animals, but also among the most threatened. It's sad to think that if nothing is done, future generations may only know these animals through stories and images. But not all is lost. Conservation projects worldwide are dedicated to protecting and preserving bear species. Many people work tirelessly to ensure these animals have a chance to survive. And each of us can help. Small actions, like supporting national parks, reducing the consumption of products that affect forests, and spreading knowledge, make a difference so that bears can continue to exist. Bears are more than powerful predators, they're ecosystem engineers, symbols of strength, and, for many, even of hope. So next time you think of a bear, remember all that they represent. These incredible animals deserve our admiration, respect, and, more than ever, our protection. And as we learn about the complexity and importance of bears for nature's balance, we grow closer to this fascinating universe. Every detail about their life, survival strategies, and interaction with the environment shows us they're much more than just forest giants. Protecting bears is, in fact, protecting an essential part of the planet. May we continue exploring and valuing biodiversity, remembering that our responsibility toward the environment reflects on all species. Nature thanks us, and, hopefully, future generations will see bears living free in their natural habitats.